Alright, let's go ahead and see how much we're working with. Oh, holy sh! What's up, survivors, and welcome to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved. Today, I'm going to show you the absolute best way to get honey on the island without having to tame up a bunch of giant bees. For this, we're going to need a dire bear and a Quetzal, the latter of which can be pretty tricky to tame solo, but watching this video will give you a quick rundown on how to do that pretty easily as well. Quick shout out to Coleman, hope I said that correctly. Stay surviving, Coleman. If you enjoy what you see, survivors, like and subscribe. Let's get surviving. Finally got around to building that Ascendant Longneck rifle as well. Definitely gonna need it. Finding Quetzals on the island is incredibly difficult. Even more difficult still is finding one that's a good level. I did find though that flying between each of the obelisks increases your chances of actually finding one. Alrighty, survivors, we found a Quetzal. It's only a level 30, but the job we're going to use it for doesn't require it to be a high level. Now is the tricky part, actually getting the thing trained. Taming Quetzals like this can be pretty tricky, but with a little bit of practice and a good long neck rifle, you'll be able to bag yourself a Quetzal in no time. The RG will be slightly slower than the wild Quetzal, so all you have to do is really shoot the Quetzal while the RG's following it. And of course, this is all a little bit easier said than done. No, I think the RG flew in front of it that time. Wow, it's actually a pretty fun way to tame something. If you're 100% a solo survivor, this is definitely the way to go if you want to bag yourself a Quetzal. Alright, it's only a level 30, so it should be going down any second now. Any one of these tranks if I can actually land one. Perfect. Oh, snap. That's not good. He landed right in a river. Of course he did. Oh, I gotta get down there fast. Wow. He landed right on the edge of the river. Literally 2 more feet and he would have been fine. No way. Please don't be drowning. Please don't be drowning. Please don't be drowning. Don't want to have to find another Quetzal all over again. And I gotta find another Quetzal all over again. Alright, survivors. We made a trip back to the red obelisk and ended up finding another Quetzal. We're in a relatively safe spot, so hopefully we kind of stay in this mountainous area and have better luck than the last one. Same deal, survivors. Hop off, throw the parachute on, grapple on your RG, and then start firing away at that Quetzal. Nice. That was a lot smoother than the first time we tried, that's for sure. Only level 35, so it shouldn't take much to get this guy knocked out. Excellent. Now we have our own Quetzal. The only thing to do now is to get our own dire bear. Good news is, dire bears are a lot more abundant than the Quetzals are. Our luck's definitely turning around, survivors. Check this out. We found a max level dire bear. Look at that. 150 just chilling around here. I'm gonna get a trap set up and we're gonna start trinking this guy right away. One thing I would recommend if you're trying to tame a dire bear, survivors, is definitely use a long neck rifle, because every time I try to use a crossbow, they always end up dying before they get knocked out. Definitely glad I invested in this Ascendant long neck rifle. I really should have made this thing a long time ago, because tranking things is so much easier now. Also, survivors, another thing worth noting about the dire bears is actually they get tamed up faster using honey rather than any sort of kibble. On 3x, it'll take 5 pieces of giant bee honey to tame up the bear. Sweet. Now that we have the dire bear tamed up, we now have the means to get an insane amount of honey. And now, using the dire bear and the Quetzal, we can get all of the honey we can possibly ever want. The reason why I wanted to get all this honey today is because you need them to make sweet veggie cakes. If I'm gonna have any chance against the dragon, or I guess you could say the best chance possible against the dragon, I'm gonna need as much sweet veggie cakes as possible. And that means as much honey as possible. While I'm over in the redwoods, I figured I might as well set up a bunch of tree sap taps as well. Tree sap is the other key ingredient to making sweet veggie cakes that I absolutely have to have a high number of. And there you have it, survivors, the best way to get honey on the island solo. Using all the honey I got today and all the sap I'm about to farm, I'll be able to make as much sweet veggie cakes as I can possibly need. The only thing to do now, survivors, is to tame one of 2 herbivores I have in mind to fight the dragon. And like I said before, it just comes down to which one of those I find first. As always, stay surviving. I will see you in the next one.